talk today about litter boxes. I get a lot of questions about what I use for my litter box, or what is the best thing to use for a litter box. So I'm going to show you what I use. I'm going to explain why I use it and why I think it works really well. And then I will also tell you what all the options are. So first of all, what I use for litter boxes are these rabbit pans from Tractor Supply. The small one costs like $14, $15, and they're awesome. They are way better than the litter boxes I was using before. I was just using kitty litter boxes, and they were just too small. They weren't big enough, especially when I have a large litter of like 6. So what I do is I have 4 of them, and I put one in each corner, and I also use the kitty litter boxes too. I just like fill in along the wall, and they use those also, but they use the rabbit pans almost all the time. So inside the rabbit pans, I use these washable pee pads that we got on Amazon. These are like doggy. I think they're technically for dogs. So that's what we use. I also use other things like some old rags and things like that, because as you can imagine, when we have a big litter, we go through a lot of them. So I know like a lot of people don't want to wash the pee pads, and I totally get that. But the other options are disposable pee pads, and disposable pee pads can be dangerous because pigs like to chew on everything. So those disposable pee pads have plastic on the back of them, and I've had piglets chew on them. I'm afraid they're going to eat them and get some kind of a blockage or something, or get sick, so I don't use those anymore. So I don't like those, and unless they're all paper, which doesn't really absorb very much, I would suggest staying away from those disposable pee pads. If you have a piglet, if you have an older pig that doesn't chew on things, then you can try them and they might be just fine. But the other option is to use some kind of a litter. Now you have to be really careful with litter, because kitty litter, clumping kitty litter, is very dangerous for pigs. You know, pigs want to eat everything, and they have to taste it to make sure that it's not food. So they eat the clumping kitty litter. You know, it's absorbive, they get in their body, it's clumping, and they get a blockage. Many pigs have died from using regular kitty litter because they ate it. But a litter that is safe to use would be something like Yesterday's News. Yesterday's News is a recycled paper pellet. I know there's another one too, but I can't think of the name of it. But if you search it, I know you can find it. They look like pig pellet food is what they look like. They're a little bigger, a little thicker, but they're just recycled newspaper. So if they're gonna eat it, they're gonna chew on it, and it's totally fine. It doesn't matter at all. The only thing that I've tried it before, and what I don't like about it is that they make a mess with it. They chew on it and just kind of spit it out everywhere. They root in it, and then it goes over the top, and it's all over the floor. They kick it out. Somebody wants attention. So I don't care for using the litter in the litter boxes, but it's totally preference. If you would rather do that, if you have a pig that doesn't make a mess with them, then use it. I really liked using it for the litter boxes, I just didn't like the mess they made with it. So those are some options. And then what I do is, like in our litter boxes, every morning I come down, I clean them out, they're fighting over the warm spot. I wash them, you know, I wash pee pads like at least once a week, if not twice a week, but I have a lot more pigs. Probably if you just have one pig, changing it every day or every other day is plenty sufficient. The one thing to keep in mind about a litter box is that if the litter box is too dirty, a pig isn't going to want to use it, and they'll pee right next to it. The reason is pigs are very clean animals, and they don't They're all falling off. They don't want to step in anything yucky and wet. So if the litter box is too wet, then they don't want to go in it. And I've seen that problem with a whole litter. If they all choose to go in the same litter box, then a lot of times some will pee right next to it. So keeping it clean is a good way to keep your pig from having accidents. All right, come here, baby. So we talked about what I use for a litter box, what I use inside the litter box, what some of the other options are, and how I keep it clean. I just clean them every day. That's how I keep them clean. So if you have any questions, please feel free to put it in the comments. If you have any suggestions, I would love to hear them. I'm still learning every day, and I appreciate when people send me suggestions. So please feel free to do that. All right, guys, have a great day.